Hey everyone, this is Thyworm and today let's talk about the latest patch 0.7.8f in Last Epoch with more nerfs to Death Seal. Enjoying Last Epoch content? Consider subscribing. Before we start, I'm streaming on twitch.tv/Thyworm every Monday, Thursday and Saturday 8 PM Central European time. We are running a very beginner friendly stream over there and I'll help you out with any questions you might have. On to the patch notes. Death Seal was nerfed again. This was the case in the previous patch as well according to the patch notes, but there were some nuances there. While certainly some higher level builds got nerfed, my pretty regular Death Seal Lich remained intact and fully operational. I would even say it was stronger than before. I mentioned this on the Discord and Trasoki, one of the devs, provided some explanation as many people assumed the patch was wrongfully implemented, myself included. The written changes after all didn't really seem to have any effect. Trasoki mentioned that while the Death Seal nerfs were going on, a lot of other balance changes were made as well, which resulted in some versions of Death Seal Lich to be stronger than before, like mine. It was still very strong and I was dishing out big crits. And what you should realize with my builds is that I'm always running around in very average gear. I am not min-maxing gear at all because I can't set myself to farming endgame because there's no loot filter. It is how I like to approach the builds as well, to make them a bit more beginner friendly because new players don't have access to good gear. So after the recent Death Seal nerfs, I took my Lich for a little spin. You see timeline 18 monolith run here. It's still pretty strong, guys. At least my build is, so no worries there. Here's a rundown of what happened to Death Seal, however. The radius is reduced again. Mortal pulse damage, the waves that I'm spawning here, is once again reduced. Tachycardia was nerfed, granting less wave frequency, so you can get less waves of death now per Death Seal duration. Cycle of Decay, Curdled Flesh and Carrion Breath got heavily nerfed, reducing both damage increases and the number of points you can invest in those nodes. Smite was buffed a little bit, 11%. Spirit Plague got a 13% buff. It's what I wanted, honestly. I'm glad it received some love because base damage output was lacking, making it not viable as a damage skill. Now maybe it is. It's easier as well to get to the discharge node, increasing the spread chance, and the added effectiveness of damage is stated in the tooltip in a new patch. Tempest Strike received a very interesting buff that the devs may regret. They provided a node that provides you up to 20 mana whenever none of the secondary abilities proc. Fun fact, you can actually spec your Tempest Strike in such a way that none of the secondary effects proc, making this a guaranteed mana regenerator. Add to that the Tempest Form node rework, granting 1 mana per point on Tempest Strike, that is 8 additional mana. Each Tempest Strike now gives you 28 mana. I can already imagine a few people that are probably going to abuse that mechanic to the ground, and I might give it a go as well. Just putting that out there. I would have some fun with it, especially in combination with something like Earthquake. This could be very strong. Do it now, guys, because next patch this might get fixed. Break the game while you can. The Veil Spirits received yet another buff of 15%. I'm still not convinced, but maybe this could work. I'll try on a Veil Root, summon a few, and maybe with a bunch of minion stats you could make something happen. But Veil Spirits had to come a long way. They were super underwhelming and I am unsure if this buff and the buff in the previous patch did anything significant. The unique, the Torch of the Pontifex, received some love, doubling the base damage on the cremate mechanic and adding damage effectiveness. This means that you should be able to stack a bunch of fire damage, for example, and start scaling that cremate. And who knows, this might turn into something cool. Pontifex build soon? There were some visual upgrades done, a bunch of sounds got added, which I will surely discover while playing more Last Epoch. Tempest Strike received optimization buffs and of course bug fixes. The AMD graphics card bug got resolved. Last Epoch devs were able to pinpoint the issues together with AMD engineers, so hopefully the people who chose the wrong graphics card brand can enjoy their game again. Finally, Warpath idols got fixed and now you can get some pretty ridiculous range on that. Kind of fun. I'll link the article in the description down below to the patch notes if you want the specifics on everything. That is it, a short little update. Poison is still OP, siege golems as well. You can watch me rant about it a bit in the video in the card. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the update. Thanks so much for watching and making it to the end. I will see you all soon. Bye bye.